All right, so let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at this amazing organization in Bangladesh that's basically flipping the whole idea of charity on its head. They're asking this really powerful question. What if the best way to fight poverty isn't charity at all, but building a family? This is the story of moral parenting.
But to really get what they're doing, you first have to understand the problem they're trying to solve. And it's a heartbreaking one that plays out every single day, derailing futures before they even have a chance to get started.
Just listen to this quote from a student named Sohag. It just perfectly captures the struggle. I mean, can you imagine that? You've got the talent, you've got the drive, but instead of cramming for a life-changing exam, you're literally running around just trying to make ends meet. It's an impossible choice.
And here's the bottom line. We're talking about a massive, tragic loss of potential. You have these brilliant, motivated students, many of them orphans or from really poor families, and they're being forced to drop out, not because they can't handle the work, but because they just don't have the support. And that's exactly the gap moral parenting decided to fill.
So that brings us to their solution, their big idea. They looked at the old model of just giving handouts and said, you know what, we can do better. They decided to create something with way more heart. They call it moral parenting. And the core idea here is to create what they call a spiritual family. It's all about shifting the dynamic. Instead of the cold, impersonal feeling of charity, it's about giving support with the dignity and the care you'd get from a parent. It totally changes the game. And the way they've structured this family is it's brilliant. It's got three key parts. First, you've got the moral parent, who provides that crucial financial and emotional support. Then, and this is so important, you have the campus guardian. This is a local teacher, someone right there on the ground who makes sure everything is okay. And finally, of course, you have the moral child, who isn't just some passive recipient, but a real, active member of this incredible family.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but how do I know my support is actually getting to the right place? And that is a huge question with any charity, right? Well, moral parenting has built their entire model around answering that one question: trust.
And when you put the two models side by side, the difference is just night and day. In the old way, you're an anonymous donor, your money goes into a big pot, and who knows what happens. But with moral parenting, you have a direct, personal connection. You see everything, and you've got that local guardian on the ground making sure it all works.
And get this, they actually built their own software called NPSoft to make it all happen. So as a moral parent, you can just log in and see every single dollar, every transaction, and get updates on how your moral child is doing in school. We're talking about 100% transparency. It's a total game changer for building trust.
But here's the thing. The money and the transparency, that's really just the start. Because the goal isn't just to pay for tuition. It's about helping shape these students into well-rounded, capable leaders who are ready to take on the world. And you can see this bigger vision in all the programs they run. They have projects to help the students' entire family become self-reliant. They've got free medical services. They even have a 100-book reading festival just to spark that love of learning. It's the whole package. And when it comes to preparing them for the future, man, they are not messing around. They're teaching things like Python programming, graphic design, and preparing students for the IELTS exams so they can study abroad. It's all about giving them real, practical skills for the modern world.
So, does it actually work? Oh yeah, absolutely. Just look at these results. Habib isn't just graduating, he's off to Europe on a super prestigious, fully funded scholarship. Amina, she's on her way to becoming a doctor. These aren't just little anecdotes, these are lives that have been completely transformed.
And that's because this was never just about helping one kid at a time. The ultimate vision here is so much bigger. It's about starting a chain reaction, a ripple effect that can actually change an entire society for the better. And the scale is already pretty mind-blowing. As of mid-2025, we're talking about a family of over 2,000 members. This is not some small little experiment anymore. This is a full-blown movement. And here's a quick look at what that community looks like. You've got over 1,400 moral children at the heart of it, supported by this incredible network of almost 600 moral parents and more than 80 of those vital campus guardians. It's a real, living, breathing, large-scale family. All of this is building towards their ultimate goal, to create a moral society. The idea is to build a self-sustaining cycle, right? Where the students who get this amazing support today grow up to be the ones who provide that same support for others tomorrow. So if you think about it, on one side of the cycle, you have everything the kids receive.
It's the scholarships, yeah, but it's also the mentorship, the skills, the healthcare, and maybe most importantly, that real sense of family and belonging. But here's the part that's truly powerful. This isn't something they have to wait to do when they're older. The Moral children are already giving back, right now. They're running a blood bank, leading clothing drives for the poor, volunteering in their communities. The cycle is already spinning. They are literally building that moral society as we speak.
So, when you pull it all together, what does this mean for someone out there who wants to help, who wants to make a real difference? Well, it offers a totally different way of thinking about it.
You know, a moral parent named Sifat Aris and Juti put it perfectly. She called it a brilliant solution, a trustworthy platform that actually connects people who want to help with those who need it. It solves that classic problem of I want to do good, but I don't know how or who to trust.
And that really leaves us with this one final thought to chew on. Moral parenting is making a huge bet. They're betting that the answer to one of the world's oldest problems isn't a better donation system, it's a bigger, stronger, more connected global family. And from everything we're seeing, they just might be right.